Speaking of ultimate girls trip, I mean, Alex, I am speechless. We have Alex
Shocked.
McCord, speechless.
Shocked. So you know what? You and I are the same in the sense of, and I said this on my podcast, you and I hear things way before people start to leak stories. But the beauty of you and I, the moment we hear something, we don't go and run to our podcast to reveal it, because I think the world needs to know this. There's a respect level that we have with our sources and with the community. We don't want to be seen as like that guy. So I think for you and I, it's better to make sure that we sustain our relationships versus breaking the story. Like you, I'm pretty sure you knew way before it was confirmed. So I say all that to say, when I was told who the cast was, like a month or two before it was announced, I said, wait, bitch. Alex is leaving Australia to grace us with her presence on Ultimate Girls Trip. And look, it wasn't like Alex was like this super iconic, legendary reality star, but she had some great moments before she got let go. And I'm so thrilled to see what she's up to see if she got some spark in her. And the fact that Brandy Glanville came for her when Alex said, I'm catching up on all of these episodes. Tell me about Brandy Glanville. And Brandy Glanville ripped her to shreds. Alex is the one to watch.
I think so. And I totally agree with you. Like, listen, I say this all the time. I don't understand all these sites that are like blind item, and you read it and you're like, this is so like, I'm friends with Margaret Joseph. She's here. It's like Margaret is going on girls trip. I'm like, I don't even want to respond to it. Like, I don't understand. Like, should you and I have a new podcast where I'm just like, Carlos, there's a new girls trip tomorrow and it's going to be remote. Like, I mean, what an easy job. Like, let's just make something up and go with it. And then it gets legs. Like, I think we have too much respect to our audience to give that light. Like, you read something, you're like, how is this even like getting any legs? It is so preposterous. Sutton and Garcelle are going to be on girls trip and they're getting ready to film. I mean, they're not filming now. They're going to film in like probably March, but like that wasn't necessary. It's the things are so false. It's so strange. I don't understand. Should we just have a new podcast? Like, I'm just going to make shit up. That's an
make
easy
shit
job.
up. No, but that's the world we live in. People make shit up for the engagement and the clicks and the likes. And that's why, listen, you and I have sustainability because our audience knows if I hear from Carlos or David, then it must be true. And that's what we have going for ourselves. So it always bothers me when people, like, something came out a few months ago, Portia's coming back to Atlanta. And I'm like, bitch, she actually isn't. I'm actually going to her wedding. Oh, they're going to film her wedding I'm at the wedding. There's no cameras here, guys. You're lying. But they want it for the engagement. So no, if you didn't hear from David or Carlos, then honey, it ain't true.
Seriously. Because then when we say, hey, listen, this is like 99% true, listen, because then it is, right?
Yes.
I am shocked. And the thing about Alex, too, I think she's the one to watch. I think because to me, like that posting, like that really is organic. Brandy is totally wrong. Like she really doesn't know about you. She's not trying to get followers in Australia. Like Alex is truly like, who is Brandy? Who is Camille? That's why it's going to be so great because she really has no. Why did she say yes? What? Just it's money for a week of work? Why not? Right? I guess, is that what it is?
That's why everyone says yes. And I'm sure your friends who are on the show said this too. They get a shitload of money. When I say shitload, I mean in comparison to working for a week.
Like, what is it for the week? 100 or 250? I heard like the OGs.
It's like mid to high six figures. Bitch, David, to go on an international trip.
I know how you're miserable on day one. Guess what? You got 6 days left for, $150,000.
Yes. That's it. That's why the Bluestone Manor cast was mad because they're like, bitch, we don't get an island like the first season cast. We have to be schlepped to fucking Dorinda's home. My friends who are on the show were so mad, like, Carlos, we're like stuck in this house. It's disgusting. Dorinda, they said that, not me. So no, the luxury of going to Morocco. Sign me up. So I think Alex is this. I think she was like, it's a week. It's 6 figures. It could be fun. Why not? It's not the end of the world. And I'm sure her husband was like, yeah, baby, do it. And he's such a mastermind. I mean, the motherfucker created a Bravo's ratings Twitter handle when he was on the show, which was interesting. So I think there's such interesting business people before Dorit and PK that he's going to take that and leverage it into something. Something's going to happen once that airs that's going to benefit Alex and her husband.
Do you think they secretly are like, this is the gateway? I mean, I think they would love Alex for Legacy, right?
I think Alex and Legacy would be genius. Obviously, and listen, I do believe that Alex is happy in Australia. You know, I don't think Alex is thirsty to be back on reality TV, but you and I know this, honey. Once that bug bites you, I think Alex is going to say, and that's why it's genius to get her on. Let her have a taste of it for a week. And I think she's going to go back home to her husband and say, can I go to New York for 3 months? You know, like, it's going to be hard to deny that, baby. It's going to be hard.
It's kind of like Alex did what very few do. Like you convince yourself you're over it. And I think she really was. Like she got there, however you get there. And then, yeah, it's going to be like, was I really over it? Or did I just have to be over it? Because like I was ostracized and it was about Luann and Ramon. And it's like nobody wanted me. But wait, I really would have stayed for the past 10 years if they would have kept me. It's like you convince yourself, which is okay. You got to do what you got to do. I think that might happen.
That's very smart. No, I think you're right. Getting fired from a Housewives, and then 2 things happen. When you lie and say it was a mutual decision, or I decided to pursue other opportunities. Girl, there's no other opportunities outside of Housewives. And listen, and that's not shade, it's the truth. Life after Housewives is very, 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 very slim. It's hard to have another career because you are tainted as a housewife. And I know this because, my job is to pitch shows and create shows. Whenever I used to pitch a former housewife, the network would say, that's not our brand. That's not our brand. It's really hard to do so. So I think, to your point, Alex had to convince herself that, okay, just move on. And I think she got to that place where she did move on. But the moment the phone rang, I think, to your point, she was like, am I over it? Let me test the waters. And once she tests this waters, and for 7 days in Morocco, she'll be back on Legacy.
That's what people don't understand. It's like the whole thing where like you hear, and no shade, I'm sorry guys, but no shade. You and I speak the truth. No shade to like Jackson, Brittany. You hear about like this father show with, it's not, once you're a known entity on what you're a producer on one show, like what you did with Monique was really the rare exception.
It's rare.
Once they would rather have a stranger than Jax. He's Jax from Vanderpump. Now he has changed. He has, but that doesn't matter. Not to the public.